time. It's like deja vu. It's like a curse. And I can't escape it. It's like deja vu.
Political mom, good morning.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm not here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you rich and famous. That hour really turned me to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't give me plugs if they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it.
Let's go.
Got a lot of confidence and I'm defeated. Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu.
I love it.
It's like deja vu.
Good morning, Gina.
It's
It's like deja vu. Yeah.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming,
I'll be back.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. It's return of the Mac, they say I'm off the rails. I can't wait for you, I get it for myself. So many places to be, I got plenty.
Let's go.
Act like you've been here before we start trending.
Yeah.
Don't mistake me for a lame or a goofy.
Don't do it.
Rockstar life is like a movie.
Let's go.
Hollywood, where you be at?
Where you be at?
I remember when I used to drive a Fiat. Now they looking for me like a Ray.
Like a Ray X?
Conspiracy, how I keep on getting checks. This money keep on falling like it's dominoes. Special delivery and I got a lot to blow. I'm feeling like I've been here before. Deja vu is hitting me to the core. Memories flashing back once more. I'm feeling like I'm living in the metaphor. Yeah, it's deja vu.
Good morning,
It's
yes.
deja vu, I feel like I'm stuck in time. It's deja vu, I
Thank
feel
you,
like I'm
Maddie.
losing my mind.
Yes.
It's deja vu, I can't escape this rhyme.
Little
It's
heart.
deja vu, it's a never-ending climb.
Yeah.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash.
You like that, ladies and gentlemen? You like that? All right, it's coming soon. Don't worry. I told you I'm always cooking up something. You already know. All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, TJ.
It's me, Zeus.
You know what time it
Sometimes
is.
it gotta be this way.
Yeah, let's go.
But it should.
Now that was dope.
Yeah. If you not my dog,
I'ma have
to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off.
I'ma have to cut you off.
If you not my dog,
Trump supporters, get those deep hands ready.
I'ma have to cut you off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't play these games no more. What you looking at me for?
I just want the money.
Yo. All these games that you be playing, all this talk that you be saying, I don't really like to play. Get this money every way. Gotta keep my mental clear. Yeah, you know I'm out of here. I don't really have no fear. Yeah, you keep on showing tears. I'm not with that back and forth. I'm the type to get the book.
Happy
I'm the type to
Wednesday,
get
happy
the deal.
hump
I'm
day.
the type to get a deal. I'm the type to chase a bag. I'm the type to pop a tag.
Brother Alex,
Like I
yes.
have SARS. Ride around fast cars.
Rapping like the
Line bars. I do this all for my dogs. This is what it all costs. When you gotta be the boss. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off.
I did. Giant leap.
If you not
Thank
my
you.
dog,
Trump
I'ma have
supporters.
to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut
Let's
you
go.
off. This is what it be like when I'm stunting on my enemies. This is what it be like when I make them feel my energy. Sitting on these racks, okay. You know what this really means. This is what it's all about. I'm on top of everything. I'm the boss, don't play with me.
I'm on top of
this right here
everything.
no game to me. Toxic,
That's
toxic,
right.
toxic, toxic. No, that's not okay with me. Every day you say you scared. Every day I'm making bread. Every day you say you good. Every day I wish you would. This is what it be like when you really on the come up.
That's right.
This is what it be like when you really trying to run up. Rookie of the year, better go and break a record.
Right.
Rookie of the year, better go and get a
Check him, yeah!
You're not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off.
Good morning.
You're not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Good morning. All right. All right. They got to Zeus, yeah. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, everyone, back. Listen, what a beautiful day in the neighborhood it is. Today is Wednesday. I saw the comments. Happy hump day. Same to you. You know what this show is about, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, April. Good morning, all of my friends out there, and even my critics out there as well. Good morning. If you don't know who I am, let me make sure I get the formalities out of the way. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. The first H is because I am honest. I am the most honest person out here on TikTok. As a matter of fact, all over social media, I'm the most honest person. You're not going to find anybody more honest than me. I promise to tell the truth, so help me God. That's the first H. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am the most humble person out here. Listen, if I get it wrong, we were at a barbecue and I ate that last piece of barbecue chicken and it wasn't for me, it was for you. I apologize. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to eat it, but listen, it tasted great. All right, that's the second H. And the last H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am the most handsome. I really am the most handsome person out here, okay? Listen, many are called, but only a few of us are chosen, ladies and gentlemen. And I am the chosen one. Now, full transparency, what we do on this side of TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. We are very critical of those on the right, or whatever they like to call themselves, conservatives, right-leaning, independents / Republicans, whatever you call yourself. We are very critical of them because as far as we're concerned, they are doing a lot of damage to this country. And it is folks like us that are helping restore the soul of America by holding them accountable. And what that requires us, ladies and gentlemen, to be very critical of their leader, Donald J. Trump. All right. Now, you don't have to stay here if you don't like the truth, okay, I'm just going to be fully transparent. If you don't like the truth, it makes you feel uncomfortable. It gets you all hot and bothered and upset inside, especially the MAGA men out there. These men out here that are branding themselves as MAGA. I realize they have a rejection issue. They're like these guys that just can't get over the fact that a lot of those pretty ladies out there, pretty women, beautiful women, they don't want them. And so they start doing nasty, toxic things. Okay, they have a rejection issue. So I'm making sure I craft this message for them. If you do not like the truth, now is your chance to exit stage left. And you don't have to take my word for it. Listen to your leader. This is why I put it up. Trump was right about this.
If you're not
Good
happy
morning,
here,
Shay.
then you can leave.
That's right,
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
That's right.
If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
That's right.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too.
But
if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. So if you are still here after your leader told you to leave, then you are you're basically volunteering to deal with whatever comes out in this live, because I'm not the only person that tells the truth here. I got a lot of people coming and they're going to tell the truth. And when they start telling it, don't put anything nasty in the comments. Don't talk about President Biden, because if you keep talking about President Biden, I have the receipts and I will start to read off the list of Biden's accomplishments. If it gets too out of hand out there, my moderators, they'll let me know. Moderators, listen up. If it's getting too nasty out there, please ask me to read off these Biden accomplishments to the Trump supporters. I'm going to do them like my grandmother used to do me. God bless my grandmother. She used to get that Bible out and she started reading from Genesis. Oh, you know what that did, right? That started putting you to sleep right there. Okay, you just keep on reading. I'm going to start reading off Biden accomplishments just like that. So y'all get the picture. Cut it out. All right, let's get this morning started. All right, first things first, Hunter Biden took the plea deal yesterday, and I had a lot of my friends on the right telling me it was a sweetheart deal. I didn't know that they got this from Donald J. Trump, who was over there on his platform referring to this deal that Hunter Biden pleaded to as a sweetheart deal. But all of my sources are saying Hunter Biden was the victim of the DOJ prosecuting someone that paid their taxes late, prosecuting someone that inadvertently may have misrepresented facts applying for a firearm, prosecuting this person at this level, ladies and gentlemen. Sources on my side are saying this is a bit of a political hit job. Okay, where are the Trump supporters at that were saying that the DOJ is corrupt? Oh my God! Don't boo me! Would you rather me lie? Come on, order! I thought the DOJ was corrupt. But here's where it gets interesting. The GOP, they don't seem to be concerned about whether or not Hunter Biden broke the law. Their only concern is to spread as much misinformation as they can to try to distract the American people from the crimes of Donald J. Trump, the crimes he committed while in office and after he left. Good morning, Brother Anthony. Listen, the GOP leaders reacted with predictably orchestrated fury to the agreement reached between President Joe Biden's son and the Justice Department, claiming he had benefited from a sweetheart deal. Does anyone out there believe Hunter Biden got a sweetheart deal? If you do, please let me know, because I don't see it. Despite the fact that President had taken pains to separate himself from the case and that there's no evidence of political interference, Biden said it. He's out of it. Merrick Garland, he stayed out of it. I just heard him. He gave a bit of a response over there at his overseas press conference, and he said, I did not have anything to do with that. That was all the results of a Trump-appointed judge. So again, Trump supporters, this is Donald Trump's own doing. This was his judge that accepted the plea deal. How are you saying it was a sweetheart deal? Here's the thing, Trump supporters, and I said it in my video. If Donald Trump was smart, and I like to think he is, and if you cared about Donald Trump, do us all a favor. You know that guy?
Jack Smith.
Uh-oh. You know who he is?
He's deranged.
Yeah, you remember this guy?
Jack Smith.
Right.
He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family's a Trump hater.
Tell Donald Trump to follow the footsteps of Hunter Biden and take the silly plea deal. Because we know you, Donald J. Trump, committed the crimes. We all know Donald Trump committed those crimes. I go into these lives. I'm getting a little off track, but I'm going to move on to my next topic. But I want to talk about these classified documents. I go into the lives of my friends on the right, and we are still having worse than elementary conversations about this. This is definitely kindergarten conversations. What if the documents belonged to Donald Trump? Then what? Can we then use the NARA defense? Well, listen, whenever someone starts off a discussion with the words if, dismiss it. Just your boyfriend, your partner, they're getting caught cheating. Okay, if I was in her bed, if I was in his bed, right? Listen, folks, grow up. We don't deal with ifs over here. We deal with facts. Now, I want you to all go back and re-look at that picture of those boxes in Donald Trump's bathroom at Mar-a-Lago, okay? Ask yourselves, all of you, especially you Trump supporters, when on earth was the last time you filled your bathroom up with boxes? Have you ever done that? Has anyone ever put that many boxes in their bathroom for any reason? And I saw Melania's name on one of them, which goes to show you what was going on in Donald J. Trump's mind. Put the boxes, Walt, put the boxes in the bathroom. Nobody will ever think to go look in the bathroom, okay? Think about it, Walt. I mean, this was a genius idea, but it was silly. Go look in the bathroom and put the boxes in there, because when the feds come, they're going to think their boxes are in the storage room. They're going to think they're in all these other random places. They would never think to look in the bathroom next to the copy machine. What? Order, don't move me. Don't move me. Would you rather me lie to you? Come on, folks. You know it's silly that he had all of those boxes in the bathroom behind the shower curtain and even wrote Melania's name on some of the boxes to make it look like, oh, those are just moving boxes. Good morning, Dallas girl. Where the heck are you moving, sir? I brought those from the White House 2 years ago. Why haven't you gotten to them? Oh, I was playing some golf. Really? Ladies and gentlemen, don't believe the lies and misinformation. We got the evidence. The boxes do not belong to Donald Trump. They are the government's boxes. If you want to play the if game, play it like that. If they belong to the government. And you got to think to yourself, they must have really belonged to the government, because why on earth would they go get a grand jury formed and then subpoena Donald Trump and then send the FBI there on a big if? You're so smart sometimes, you outsmart yourself. Cut it out. All right, now let's move on to my next topic. I'm sorry I had to go that route. Let's talk about this. Let's give Hunter Biden, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Great news. You said there's dirt on Hunter Biden, right? We got him to take the plea deal. Looks like Hunter Biden is having one heck of a week. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say this. Congratulations to Hunter Biden, who has struck another deal with his baby mama, Luna Roberts, to settle his child support dispute. According to our sources, they have privately settled their child support dispute in Arkansas. Roberts, 32, the mother of Hunter's long unacknowledged 4-year-old daughter, agreed to her $20,000 monthly child support payments being slashed after she showed up in person to his deposition. Robert's client told the Post late Thursday that the final terms were still being determined and declined to confirm that the client has agreed to a reduced monthly payment of $5,000. He's taking care of his responsibilities. Okay, you gotta go and take that plea deal about those gun charges and that tax evasion, and you gotta take care of your seed, Hunter Biden. Listen, we all know that you were dealing with a lot at that time. I saw the videos, I saw the pictures, sir. You were definitely, listen, I'll agree with the Trump supporters on this. He was definitely blasting off quite a bit. And during that period, I know you were doing what you did, but you gotta pay the cost, Hunter Biden. So if they agreed to this deal, 5,000 smackaroos per month. I would just say, you know what? Great job, Hunter Biden, for taking the initiative and taking responsibility for your actions. And for the record, the case is sealed, and the financial terms, these are financial terms that most likely will not be disclosed. Okay? So to my friends on the right, can we put this Hunter Biden stuff behind us? I think it's safe to say that President Biden has his future's looking really bright right now in terms of his ability to run for re-election in 2024. What can you throw at him now, ladies and gentlemen? Go get Jim Jordan and James Comer. Get them. I guarantee you, they won't get anything else. All right, moving on to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. I got to make sure I hurry up because we got to open up these boxes. Now, this is exciting news, right? Let's get back on to things concerning the former president. According to sources, ladies and gentlemen, Donald J. Trump's team is using the rat emoji to refer to Mark Meadows. Because I know, don't boo me. Don't boo me. No, this is serious. This is serious. And this is all tied because they are saying that Mark Meadows could be working with, guess who?
Jack Smith.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, listen. In a statement from Mark Meadows' lawyers earlier this month, he left many wondering if it meant that Donald Trump's loyalist was flipping in order to save himself. Okay, and you know what we do over here, ladies and gentlemen. We tell it like it is. Most of us believe that most folks would flip on Donald Trump, except for the very few extreme Trump supporters. Without commenting on whether or not Mr. Meadows has testified before a grand jury or in any other proceeding, Mr. Meadows has maintained a commitment to tell the truth, where he has a legal obligation to do so. However, some of Trump's allies think that it's a way of saying Meadows is working with Jack Smith's prosecutors who are investigating Trump's involvement in his attempt to overturn the 2020 election results.
I just want to find 11,780
this guy
votes, which is one more than we have.
I wish, if you're going to say Biden is guilty of something, please supply the evidence. As you can see, we got an abundant amount of evidence of Donald J. Trump breaking the law. If you got such evidence about President Biden or Hunter Biden, please produce it. Where's Hunter Biden's laptop, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, despite all the rumors that have been flying, these individuals have told Trump that there's no hard evidence yet that Meadows is formally cooperating and that he could simply be following his lawyer's advice to keep a low profile. Okay, now, Mark Meadows, you know what? We got to give him a round of applause, right? Because at least he knows how to follow his lawyer's advice, unlike Donald J. Trump. Listen, despite all of this, those who are concerned about Mark Meadows' statements have taken to referring to Mark Meadows by using the rat emoji in their private conversations. What a shame. What a shame. It's like, you know what, Trump supporters? When will you give it up and start to realize that Donald J. Trump has no interest in actually looking out for you? All he cares about is saving himself. Uh-oh, we got a few more topics, and then I'm going to open up these boxes. Oh, my goodness. Now we got to go deeper into the Thunderdome. Ladies and gentlemen, Samuel L. Jackson has released some blistering feedback, okay, in terms of my friends on the right. He says that he sees Trump the same way, the same rednecks from his childhood who called him racial slurs. Yep. This is true. No, I know. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I want my friends on the right to have a clear understanding about what MAGA means, okay? And I know a lot of you keep saying MAGA means what? Make attorneys get attorneys? Is that what MAGA means? Or what did you say it means? My apples got arrested? Is that what MAGA means? Because as far as I was concerned, MAGA means crime. I can't think of one person affiliated with MAGA who somewhere down the road we end up finding out they've broken the law in several ways. Okay, all the time you turn on the news and you hear these crazy stories going on out there. The first thing I look for is this a Trump supporter? That's my first question. Yes, Dot, thank you. Put it out there. This is what Samuel L. Jackson went on to say. Read it for yourself. He says, when I see Trump, I see the same rednecks I saw when I was growing up who called me the nasty word. And I'm not talking about the word nuclear. Cut it out. Not that word. Trump tried to change what the N word meant. No, we know what it meant. And this is what we're seeing MAGA. Those folks who use that word are MAGA and tried to keep him in his place. Stay in your place, boy. Yeah, Samuel, I know what you're talking about. That's what the Republican Party is to me. They're doing it to young people, gay people. They don't care who you are. If you're not them, you're the enemy. Let's give Samuel Jackson a round of applause for telling the truth. Does anyone out there disagree with what I'm saying? Does anyone disagree with Samuel Jackson? Did he get it wrong? Because if he got it wrong, please, by all means, produce the alternative. Tell us, in your opinion, or with your expertise, I should say. Who am I to say opinion? Based on your skill set and expertise, please share with us what MAGA really means, if it's not what Samuel L. Jackson said. and he goes a little further, ladies and gentlemen, when he was having a conversation with his fellow cast member, okay, who got a good role. He says, and this is why I'm going after the MAGA men, okay, because he hits it spot on. He says, listen, these incel dudes who hate strong women or the fact that she's a feminist who has an opinion and expresses it. Incel dudes. That's deep. That's very deep. Everybody wants people to be who they want them to be. And she is who she is, and she's genuinely that. So, to my friends on the right, please keep this in mind when you're out here cruising these TikTok streets and you feel like it's your right to go into other people's spaces or maybe not even their space from where you are. Tell other people, grown people, what to do and how to live their lives. Cut it out. Just like you want people to deal with you and your ridiculousness, you should have the same ability to deal with folks that aren't like you, okay? Because trust me, you're a difficult person to deal with. One of the things you should be asking yourself, especially if you have a partner, right? You got somebody you've dated. Ask yourself, what is it like to date me? Okay? Yeah, ask yourself, what is it like to date someone just like you? And I'm pretty sure you'll come to the conclusion that you're a toxic individual and dating someone like you is very difficult. Don't boo me! Would you rather me lie? Order! That's why he called you incels. Because you're a difficult person to deal with. You walk around painting Trump all over your Chevy pickup trucks, committing treason all over social media. repeating all of the lies Donald J. Trump says. Imagine living with someone like you. It would probably be the most difficult exercise in human existence. I'd rather fly to the moon. They don't like me because I'm telling the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Well, guess what? I'd rather tell the truth and be realer than you than to be out here believing lies. All right, one more. I gotta crack up. Sometimes I make myself chuckle. One last thing to cover before I open up these boxes, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, Samuel Jackson, thank you, my brother, for bringing this truth front and center. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have Republicans being caught behaving badly out here. According to sources, Justice Samuel Alito took luxury fishing vacations with GOP billionaire who later had cases before the court. Why does this keep happening, folks? Corruption at the highest level tends to be in favor of the folks on the right. And yet and still, instead of them holding lives about this, yes, this is shame. Not one of my friends on the right has talked about this. They haven't brought up Clarence Thomas. It's almost as if when it comes to the crimes of the Republicans, they have a default switch that just does not engage. They can't do it. But when it comes to Hunter Biden, President Biden, they can talk until the cows come home. They can talk until they're blue in the face about everything Biden has done. Oh, Biden's laptop. Donald Trump classified documents. Now Zeus. Nara. Zeus. Those were his documents. Zeus. Do you believe the DOJ is fair? Zeus. This is what we're talking about. We got to take back our country. Nonsense. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You don't got to take my word for it. You can go look it up yourself. Okay? He did not disclose any of these luxury fishing trips with his hedge fund billionaire, according to reports, which the justice himself confirmed in an opinion piece defending his actions. I would love to have someone on the right come in here and discuss this, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to go one step further, get this. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I have it. Hold on. Okay. You know what? I wanted to bring up the part where it talked about that if he were to have funded these trips on his own, these flights on a private jet, it would have cost him $100,000 to do it on his own. So this is what we got going on. These are the people out there overturning Roe versus Wade and all of these Supreme Court cases that are clearly out here to attack human rights. These are the people, and what we're finding out day in and day out is that they are receiving money or in the form of gifts from the folks on the right that are billionaires and wealthy. Shame on them. Okay, and now let's get to this story, though. In early of 2008, Samuel Alito stood on a riverbank in a remote corner of Alaska. Let me show you this guy right here. Look at him right there, ladies and gentlemen. The Supreme Court justice was on vacation at a luxury fishing lodge that charged more than $1,000 a day, and after catching a king salmon nearly the size of his leg, Alito posed for a picture. And to his left stood a man beaming, Paul Singer, a hedge fund billionaire who has reportedly asked the Supreme Court to rule in his favor in high-stakes business disputes. Shame! Singer was more than a fellow angler. He flew Alito to Alaska on a private jet. If the justice chartered the plane himself, the cost would have exceeded $100,000 one way, like I said earlier. And this is where it gets interesting. In the years that followed, Singer's, a hedge fund, came before the court at least 10 times. in cases where his role was often covered by the legal press and mainstream media. In 2014, the court agreed to resolve a key issue in a decade-long battle between Singer's hedge fund and the nation of Argentina. Alito did not recuse himself. He didn't recuse himself from the case and voted with the majority 7-1 in Singer's favor. The hedge fund was ultimately paid $2.4 billion. You know what? I don't want to hear another thing about President Biden. 2.4 billion, yes. I don't want to hear another thing about Hunter Biden or President Biden after I've heard this. This right here, Jared Kushner, how much did Kushner get? Didn't Kushner get 2 billion? All these billions of dollars being made corruptly. And none of these Trump supporters say a thing about it. What a shame. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to open up these boxes and hear from those of you out there who are brave enough to come in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil. Now, you know what we got to do before we open up those boxes? Let's get people excited, because you know who I am still crossing my fingers for, and they are probably going to be the biggest hero in America. They deserve to be on Mount Rushmore.
Jack Smith. Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family is a Trump hater. They all hate Trump.
That's right.
They hate him with a passion. They'll do anything they can to hurt Trump.
That's right.
Donald Trump is an harasser. They take an abuser. One charge and they turn it into 36 charges. Jack Smith.
Let's go!
His family is a Trump hater. They hate him with a passion. They'll do anything they can to hurt Trump. But he's a harasser and an abuser. And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more. He's deranged. Jack Smith. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. Deranged. Jack Smith. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family's a Trump hater. They all hate Trump. They hate him with a passion. They'll do anything they can.
All right.
Harasser and an abuser.
Good morning, Nutty Professor.
Good morning.
How
Good
are you
morning.
doing this morning, brother?
My brain hurts.
Why?
The level of just hypocrisy from the right, the level of cognitive dissonance from the redheads, the level of whataboutisms from the other side, but yet they're the party of law and order.
Right.
They're the party of small government.
Right.
They're the party of tolerance and acceptance. And I just have one question. Where?
Go ahead.
Where?
Ask away.
That's my question. Where?
Where
Where are you the party of law and order? Where are you the party of tolerance and acceptance? Since the Democratic Party, you're full of lies. Since the Democratic Party is this, that, and the other, then you're a party of law and order, but yet when your God, your Lord and Savior, is being held to account, you want to whine, cry, tweet, threaten, and you all are losing your collective minds. You're losing your collective minds.
Those are heavy words.
I don't care. And they need to be heavier.
Really?
They need to be heavier, because we are at a point in this nation where we are looking like other countries that we complain about, that we go to war against. We're starting to look like said countries.
Third world countries?
Worse than third world countries. We are so far in the gutter, we don't even have a number next to our name.
Oh.
So we're beyond a third world country. It's like, my freaking goodness. I just want to point out. I'm just talking fast because I know we have 3 minutes here. I want to
You're
point
good.
out.
You're good,
Okay.
actually. Let's go. We don't have too many in the queue today, so you're good.
Okay. I want to point out when President Obama
Mm-hmm.
was inaugurated as the 46th president of these United States of America,
Right.
the DOJ official
Mm-hmm.
that started investigating Hunter Biden
Right.
from the Trump administration,
Right.
he was one of the few who retained his position in the DOJ
Oh.
because everyone knows
Why do
that
you why do you think he was able to retain his position?
because the incoming president, who would be Joseph Robinette Biden,
That's right.
decided, hey, I want to make the American people believe in our justice system and in our Department of Justice again. So
Mm.
therefore, I am not going to interfere. I am not going to weigh in. I am going to stay completely out of what's going on in the DOJ. Once I appoint my attorney general, I'm going to have faith
Mm.
that my attorney general that I appoint, that is confirmed by the United States Senate,
Right.
is going to uphold the
Mm-hmm.
Constitution of the United States of America from all enemies, foreign and domestic, so help them God.
Preach, Daddy.
I'm going to have faith that the Attorney General is going to do as much.
Right.
When Merrick Garland was confirmed the Attorney General,
Right.
Merrick Garland could have cleaned house. He did make some changes. He absolutely did make some changes. All
Right.
right.
He did.
But he kept key folks that were around. For
Mm.
instance, this Department of Justice official that was investigating Hunter Biden,
Preach.
he kept him
Do you think
because
Hunter Biden got a sweetheart deal, as some of the folks on the right like to say?
well, see,
I.e.,
I think a sweetheart deal would have been when Biden got in the White House and Merrick Garland was appointed.
mm-hmm,
Merrick Garland would have gotten rid of the person who was investigating him and would have made all of his problems go away at that point. That's the
mm,
sweetheart deal.
oh,
This
right,
man, i.e., Hunter Biden, was investigated for 5 years, people. That means 3 years under the Trump administration.
bingo, yes, right,
He was
Mr. Salesman.
investigated for 5 years. And now we are at the finality of that investigation with him pleading guilty on 3 misdemeanors.
Wow,
And yet y'all want to whine and say he got a sweetheart deal? In this 5 years that he was investigated, we all knew about this laptop.
right,
But guess what? He was indicted on 3 misdemeanors,
misdemeanors. Are you
not by
happy
anything,
now?
not by the laptop, folks. Like,
Wow.
you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Even in the little Jack
Good
Smith
morning.
song that you play, we hear 45 talking about they take 1 misdemeanor and they turn it into 30, whatever he said. But yet you're here doing the same thing about Hunter Biden. Like
Yeah,
really?
you're out here harassing a private citizen because you can't stand the fact that Biden beat you in the 2020 election and the Democrats still keep beating you. Instead of getting better candidates, you want to go out here and attack
And
innocent
I do
people.
want to point out, Zeus, because I before people said, then well, what's on the laptop? I have to remind them that Rudy Giuliani was in possession of Hunter's laptop. That laptop has changed so many hands, even within the Trump
Thank you, buddy.
administration, folks, has
Mm-hmm.
exchanged so many hands.
Mm-hmm.
The chain of custody has been broken before we even knew there was a laptop.
Facts. Facts.
And
Facts.
furthermore, the fact that it was in the Trump administration's
Uh-oh.
hands, do you really believe that if anything damning was on that laptop, they would not have used it to try to get Trump reelected again. Come on, people. Your thought pattern, it blows my mind because, and yes, I'm going all over the place right now, but I'm
Well,
connecting the
okay, well,
dots.
there are some people now that want to come up, but I want to ask you one more question. Okay,
Yeah.
I put this message up that Trump posted. And he calls this election interference. Do you think in any way, is there an ounce inside of you, an ounce in your bones that thinks that maybe Trump is right? This is all a political hit job. It's election interference. Do you think that's what it is?
So let me answer this the best way I can without breaking the rules of Mount Olympus. Anything that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth, believe the opposite, because we know that Donald Trump is a self-aggrandizing person who cares nothing about anyone else except for Donald Trump. He
Mm,
doesn't even care about his own children.
mm,
But
mm.
I would do want to mention a couple more things because I'll run out of here. You see that picture that he has on True Social, his little profile picture.
Yeah.
So why isn't his supporters in here crying about the flag code? That's a violation of the flag code.
Really?
But you all are so patriotic. You want to be patriots, and you want to bring fake news. And yeah, I'm using your language. You want to bring fake news and fake whatever
I
because
believe that.
Joe Biden had
Flag codes.
two pride flags in the middle of.
The White
And
House.
the United States flag was in the middle of two pride flags. And
Mhm.
y'all losing your collective minds over that and saying,
Get them,
"Oh, that's
Nutty.
a violation of the flag code." Well, there you go. Your
There
Lord and
you
Savior
go.
is violating the flag code right there.
Thank you. Can any of you Trump supporters do anything? Can you ever call out anybody on the right? Is it allowed? Is there a rule or something that says you can't?
And you really hit the target this morning, by the way,
Thank you.
when you read the quote from Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Because in other lives, I constantly reference Samuel L. Jackson when he played his role in Django Unchained.
Ow, I love that.
And you know the role that he played, and he was the house.
Yeah, the house one.
Yes,
And he
and
was a good one.
yeah, and he hated the people who were out in the field.
Correct.
Those are people who I equate him to the people who have our melanin in them that want to defend and support Donald Trump. Those are the Samuel L. Jacksons of Django.
Ooh. Yeah, yeah.
But that's
I
for
mean, listen, just because,
I'm
huh?
I'm gonna drop that nugget because I know you got to move on, and we can talk about that another day. You can do a whole live on that one right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of these folks out here, they go, Zeus, what can I do out here to help, support the people that are suffering, people who have been the victims of racism. And you know what I tell them?
What's that?
Subscribe to Zeus.
Yeah. Well,
Put your money where your mouth is.
thank you, sir. Thank you for the
Subscribe
time.
to anybody that you believe is putting out good work. Okay, that's what you got to do. You got to put your money where your mouth is. Lip service means nothing.
Nothing
Tell
at all.
me where you're putting your hard-earned money.
Thank you for the time, man. I'm gonna get out of here and let you bring somebody else up,
Thank
and
you.
I'll re-request, and if you have time, you'll get back to me.
Fair enough. All right,
All
ladies
right,
and
man.
gentlemen,
Have
let's
a good
give
one.
Brother Nutty Professor a round of applause. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Okay? We're all too old to be playing games. This is in high school where you can just talk to me and make me go send me up the river for five days thinking about what you said. No. Where are you investing? That's how you know whether or not somebody's actually committed to doing the work. Okay? Don't just be out here trying to tell me what you saw. Oh no, cut it out. All right, good morning, Shay. How are you
Good.
doing?
Hey, good, my friend.
Shay.
Good morning, everybody. Good
Good
morning.
morning. How are you?
I am good. I am good. Just getting ready for an event this evening. I got to work this evening, you know. Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So listen, work business first, business before pleasure, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So gosh, there's so much going on to talk about. I'm just like, which one do I want to pick?
Right.
Um so I think I'll start with this. You know, in the interview with Brett Baer, you know, Trump,
Yeah.
such a disastrous interview. I mean, I
Right.
ask all you red hats in here to please watch that interview with
Hmm.
an open mind and listen to what he says. So, you know, he prides himself with Kim Kardashian and the whole thing and freeing out Miss Alice, right? That
Hmm.
was a convicted, you know, drug seller of what?
Right.
Marijuana, right?
Right.
Got 50 years. And so he freed her after spending 22 years. Well, you know,
Right.
when he says when he gets back in office, what he wants to do with drug dealers, right?
Right. What does he want to
Yeah.
do? Unalive
Uh,
him, right?
you're right. Yeah. The unalive sentence. Yes, exactly. So it was so funny how Brett Barrett goes, but you do realize that the woman that you freed that was in the Super Bowl ad,
Right.
you know, the black woman you freed, you know, that
Right.
one, she literally would have been killed. Or
Wow.
unalive. Sorry. Unalive. Yeah.
He caught
Under
him
your
right
new
in his
plan.
tracks, right? I saw that.
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. No. What I mean is, it would start now. It would start right now. Not. You know, she wouldn't know. I mean, he was just stumbling all over his words. It was
wow.
hilarious to
That's when you
watch.
know. That's when you know someone's lying. Is when they and then they start backtracking,
He
and then
like,
they try to make it up on the spot. I know these tricks, ladies and gentlemen. I used to do it all the time. Nobody
oh,
could lie better than Zeus. I used to do it a lot.
oh my God.
It takes a
I
crook
just
to catch a crook, right?
right, exactly. I mean, so you want the unalive sentence for drug dealers, so the Miss Alice, the one you saved, would have been unalived under that plan. He's just like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just so funny. And then, yeah, you're right. This whole Hunter Biden thing, you know, I sit here and go, don't y'all understand? He pleaded guilty to misdemeanors.
Mm. Mm.
So these aren't felonies. He doesn't have 71 felonies like Trump. So, like,
Right.
y'all crying about him getting a sweetheart deal is cracking me up. I
Right.
mean, the man paid off his taxes. He
Exactly.
pled guilty. He listened to his attorney. He cooperated. He did all these things and he pled guilty. He's willing to pay the price and
Mm.
whatever comes down the line. So that's not getting a sweetheart deal. That's called being smart. Had Trump ever just cooperated with any advice of his attorneys, he would not be in this situation at all. At all. It's
Do
that
you think Trump
simple.
should take? Do you think this is election interference, Shay? 'Cause I asked Nutty this question. I'm hoping someone could make the connection between what these crimes and election interference. Can you make that connection for us? Is it
Yeah.
possible?
No, it's not, because the thing is he's been investigated before he announced running for president. So
Mm.
this has nothing to do with the fact that he's running for president. And I'm going to flip that on you. You need to think about this. He
Oh,
needs to, we need to determine if he's done what we believe he has done in that indictment. Because
oh.
why would you want that man back in office when we can't trust him with our national secrets and with our military ever again?
Well. Okay. Listen.
Listen. This has been investigated before he ran for president, so I don't want to hear it. So
Right.
it's not election interference, but at the
Thank you.
same time, right?
Thank
But
you.
at the same time, we also have a due diligence as American people to make sure our Constitution is intact.
Mm.
Period. End of story. And you can't have someone like that, if he gets convicted of a crime, if he goes to trial and he is found guilty, then obviously you don't want him back in office, correct?
Correct.
I mean,
Correct.
I would want to know every single thing before I voted for somebody, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, and
But when you said, do they believe he took those documents? Can I ask you a question? And it's been keeping
yeah,
me up all night.
yeah.
Have you ever in your lifetime piled boxes to the ceiling in your bathroom?
Uh, Only when I was moving out of a tiny apartment.
Oh, okay.
but
Well,
but
that's
but
a
you know,
logical, but you know the size
but
of
but
Mar-a-Lago.
no, when you have a huge house like Mar-a-Lago, Why in the world are you piling boxes in a bathroom? That makes no sense.
To the shower. They were in the
Yeah,
shower too.
they were in the
Melania's
shower to
name
the
was
ceiling.
written on them. I've
Yeah.
never ever had to do that. So you and I have both never had to do that. If you're moving,
No.
okay.
Yeah,
If you're
that's
moving,
one
I'll
thing.
give you
Right.
that. But he
Yeah,
wasn't moving. He
yeah.
was obstructing.
He was obstructing. And what was the copy machine doing in that storage unit with all those boxes? Found that a little interesting. I don't know about you, but do you keep a copy machine in your storage unit? I think a copy machine would be in an office somewhere
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah, but you know, he probably was making copies and sending them off right there in the bathroom. You want the classified documents? Meet me in the bathroom.
Meet me in the bathroom. We can
Nasty.
get many things accomplished in here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen,
It's
before we get
amazing.
out of
But
here, Kay,
yes. All right. Well,
before
thank
we
you.
wrap it up,
Everybody
there's
have an
one
awesome
more.
day.
There's one more question.
Sure.
So based on what you're saying, I just want to make sure you say it to the Trump supporters. Hunter Biden didn't get a sweetheart deal, right?
No, he did not. No, he listened to his attorney. He complied,
Mm-hmm.
right? Admitted to guilt and paid off his taxes. He did everything he needed to do. So,
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
and he's paying the price. He's not whining and asking daddy to get him out of it. He's not
Mm-hmm.
doing any of that. He's not
Mm-hmm.
evading. He's not pleading innocent. He's not doing any of that. He's
Mm-hmm.
cooperating. He's
He's
handling
cool.
his business as he should.
And that the DOJ. Do you think Hunter was a victim of a witch hunt?
Oh, Hunter's definitely a victim of a witch hunt. There's no doubt about that. I'm still waiting to see this. I know.
Equal justice then, right?
Equal
Trump's a victim
justice.
of a witch hunt, so is Hunter. What can we say?
I mean, what can we say? Until we actually see this hard drive, i.e., laptop, and all this material that you guys are obviously privy to versus the rest of us, we'd love to see what comes out of that. And the DOJ has definitely said they are still investigating Hunter Biden. So, no, we're not over here celebrating, thinking the whole thing about Hunter Biden's over. We're not even celebrating. Have you
Right.
noticed any of us on the left when you brought up Hunter Biden? We're like, yeah, so
No. He's a
he
private
pled
citizen.
guilty.
He's a private citizen, and
Yeah.
his father's the president. There's no tricks to that. Happens quite a bit in American history. Happens all the time. You know, parents have kids, right? All right,
Exactly.
Jay, listen.
All right.
Ladies
Thank
and
you, my
gentlemen.
brother. Have an awesome
All
day,
right,
everybody.
later, sister. Have a great rest of your morning, okay?
You
and
too.
listen, have fun whatever you're doing. Ladies and
All
gentlemen,
right.
let's give the beautiful Shay a round of applause.
Bye, everybody. Love you, brother.
It's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth. All right, Anastasia, I see you in the comment section. And yes, I want to make sure I get this right. Ladies and gentlemen, from what I'm hearing, today is Anastasia's daughter's, Elena's 5th birthday. Okay, so let's wish her a 5th happy birthday. Happy birthday, Eliana. I think I got that right. Tell your daughter Zeus says happy birthday, and tell her everyone in the kingdom says happy birthday. I thank you for reminding me. All right, let's bring up our next person on the panel. Oh my goodness. Good morning. You all know who this is. The fake Triple H. Good morning, brother.
Good morning, Zeus. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing, brother?
Good. Let me apologize to my age because she was talking to me and you was talking to me, and I didn't mean to ignore her because she's a beautiful person. So I apologize to my age this morning.
Okay.
I'm gonna be very, very short.
Okay.
Let's flip this. First of all, Pandora's out the box. Nothing can be done with the Supreme Court because they're power beyond themselves. No matter how much we like to, they're just wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Clowns is like, he really do look like Steven though. And he ain't buying, he's on. He's been on.
Right.
It's one thing for like say to have something, but they have him in their pocket. But let's flip the script
So
for a minute,
you're basically saying there's nothing we can do about these Supreme Court justices being bought.
unless we go in some kind of way clean house.
Mm.
It'll be absolutely clean house.
Well,
Go in with a vengeance and say, drop charges and everything, which that is not going to happen.
do you think that the Republicans should investigate this though? Because they spend a lot of time investigating the Bidens, right?
You say the rubber band should be what?
The MAGA, the folks on the right, should they be calling out these justices who we are finding day in and day out are being bought and paid for by these billionaires that are also conservatives?
No, that's a part of that two-tier justice system. And we've always had a two-tier justice system. All you gotta do is go to the prisons and see who's mostly in there. And you know who the two-tier justice system is pointed toward. Now, I'm gonna say like this. Hunter, he took his lick. He became responsible. But let's flip the script. That's what I wanted to ask you. Let's flip the script. Say Donald Trump was president and they had something against Don Jr., Eric, or Ivanka. You think he'd have let him win all the way to the...
Oh, no. If and when Donald J. Trump was president, he abused his power as president to force the DOJ to do his dirty work. That's why he went through so many attorney generals. Crimes on top of crimes on top of crimes.
So he'd have never let Donald Trump Jr. or Eric anything, if it had brought up anything. He kept them insulated. That's why that girl could get all them patents out of China. Jared Kushner could get $2 billion out of Saudi Arabia.
You saying Trump was in China?
No, that's come when they came here. A young lady got all them patents out of China.
Ivanka.
Yeah.
China. The Trumps were in China. They keep talking about China Joe. What about China Trump?
And I can identify with Samuel L. Jackson, man. I grew up in South Louisiana, and it was a day and a time in the '60s where you couldn't. We had to pick the time to go out or go somewhere. Because if you ran into the wrong crew, they had a place. You know Burger King, right? We had a burger chef.
Oh.
You couldn't pass there on a Friday night. You get everything thrown at you. You might get shot at. And we always had something. You had to come from a place called Brickyard down that street to come up on the end where I lived at, what they call the hill. That's where all the nightclubs was.
Right.
And if you didn't have a car and you walked, and most people walked in that little town, or was on bicycles, you had to pass that place to come from that spot to that, and it'd be sitting, they'd be waiting on you. They'd throw milkshakes on you. When you come to the club and people got all that food on them, you know what happened to them.
They were humiliated, huh?
Yeah, they was targeted.
What a shame. Well, listen, my brother, I know you got to run this morning and take care of your aide, but Zeus got stuff. Move it on. All right.
Yeah.
Now,
see you changing hats on, man.
Consider changing your name for Christ's sake, please.
All right, Cletus. Yeah, this thing you say there, Mr. Clarence, Cleveland. Y'all hold on. Let me see if I go. Please tap the live. Let's get him up to 50,000 today. Sometime he come 49 and a half. That like the old Christian song said 99 and a half won't do. Let's get him 50 this morning.
Well, listen.
Let's round him off to 50,000.
Fair enough.
Everybody tap.
Fair enough. All right. Well, listen.
All right, Mr. Cletus. I'll talk to you later, sir.
With that attitude, I can't really get on you about your name. Fair enough. I guess as they say, imitation is the best form of flattery. So you know what?
I appreciate
you might
you
as well
flattering
keep
me.
calling yourself the Triple H. I get it. You're flattering Zeus. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give hard-headed Herbert a round of applause. Thank you, brother.
All right. You have a good evening. Thank you.
Not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth. I get it. All right. Listen, wherever he's at, he must be in a good space. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's bring up my good friend, April. Ladies and gentlemen, April, round of applause.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am great. How are you, you handsome truth teller, you?
Hey, I'm doing great. I feel a lot better now that you said that to me. You just made my day, April. Thank you so much. Now, What
I
was
have
that?
something to say about all the Republicans saying that, Biden, oh, they're going easy. He's not getting what he should get now. Well, let's remember that Trump just walked out of a Florida courtroom
Oh,
with 37 counts, federal case, federal
yeah,
charges,
yeah, 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 yeah,
30, 31 31 are under
yeah.
the Espionage Act. And this man just walked out and is living his best life right now. So
Wow!
let's talk about
Now
who's
I'm
getting
getting.
away with who.
Oh, you're right. I am starting to get a little upset again. You mean to tell me Trump is out free with no conditions?
No conditions whatsoever. He just can't talk to Nada. Is that not the only condition?
That's the now that is a sweetheart deal,
Tell
right?
me about it. He could just
Wow.
call his brother. He could just call his brother Putin and say, "Hey, man, come on, let me in. Let me
Wow.
in."
Wow. You know what? I didn't even give that a thought. But you got this man being charged with dang near treason, flying around in his private jet, building golf courses, ripping off people. Listen, he's raking in millions with
Yep.
no conditions.
No conditions. Still taking that money from his supporters that are blind to everything, that has
Right.
the horse blinders on. They can't see nothing but Trump in front. They can't see the sides. And he's still taking in money. Still
Wow.
taking in money.
That's the real outrage, huh?
It is. It absolutely is. And another thing, after the Brett Baer, and I gotta hand it to Brett Baer. He done it. He
He
done it.
did
He
it.
called him out. Called him
Let's give.
out.
Let's tell me why. Tell me why you're handing it to Brett Baer because
Oh,
Fox News is surprising us lately with some of these interviews they're doing, right?
so Brett Baer,
Uh
little
huh.
Gator, go look it up. Your wonderful Trump was
Gator,
interviewed by
cut it
Brett
out,
Baer,
ladies and gentlemen.
and so Brett Baer, more or less, when Trump was saying yes, it was stolen. Yes,
Mhm.
the election was stolen, and then Brett Baer could no, there's no evidence.
Right.
They had 405 cases.
Mm-hmm.
That's not widespread fraud, and we've
Right.
all been preaching this same thing.
Right.
And the oh Lord Zeus, let's bring up the Republicans' talking point of the 1994 crime bill. Let's bring
Uh-oh.
that up. Let's bring
Uh-oh.
up that 94 crime
Talk to
bill.
him, April. Talk to him.
Oh Lord God Almighty! And then Trump goes on and he wants the death penalty for all sellers of drugs.
Right.
Is that it?
that's
Is
that's
that not what he said? He
that
wants
that
to
that's what
have.
I heard. That
He wants
and
to
I
do
heard
what.
it from him.
Yeah, he wants to do it like China does it.
Right.
He admires these dictators. He
China Trump.
wants it.
China
China
Trump.
Trump.
Me and
China.
President Xi, we hung out together and we ate chocolate cake.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I really do admire Brett Baer not
Yeah.
holding back,
Yeah.
and just letting him spew the lies without coming back to him.
He set him up real nice and pretty for Jack Smith, didn't he?
Oh yes, he did. He laid it out, and I think you saw the video. I sent a secret message to Jack Smith.
Oh,
Just in case he didn't see it.
what you
In
say to
case he
him?
didn't see the Fox interview, I sent it to Jack. I said,
Oh,
look, Jack, look. He keeps opening his mouth.
Jack Smith.
that Jack Smith?
But I haven't been able to get Jack Smith on my side on getting my other account back. So.
Oh. Are we
Oh
still waiting for the TikTok gods to
yeah.
restore that back to you?
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back on 24.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Listen, you're doing great work out here, okay? And I just want to encourage you to keep spreading the truth and standing on it right in front of these Trump supporters who we know deep down inside are craving it. They're like hungry wolves,
It's
okay?
everything's right there for them, Zeus. Everything is out there. They can actually look up the documents, look up the facts, and not one of them will do that. They just go by what Trump says, what OAN, Newsmax spouts. They don't care. They really don't care. It's just Trump. It is man over country. They don't care about the country. They care about the man.
Well, I hope after a few of these lives, right, they abandon that philosophy and stick to what we're telling them, which is Donald J. Trump is a criminal and he deserves to be prosecuted, and it's not a witch hunt. It's because of his own doings. Fair enough, April?
Fair enough, Zeus.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to move it along.
Have a great day.
All right. You two, are you going live later?
Of course. In the evening at 5
Ladies and
o'clock.
gentlemen, follow April if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest truth also. All right.
Thank you, Zeus.
You're welcome. Let's give the beautiful April a round of applause. Now, listen. I'm seeing a lot of dissension in the comment section from my friends on the right, and it's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. I said at the top of the show, if you're not happy with this lie, you can exit stage left, right? And you didn't have to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Right.
If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Right.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Okay, Nita. Okay, well, if you're still here after that, I'm assuming you're here because, one, you really enjoy Zeus, and two, you enjoy the truth that comes with it, okay? Obviously, it's not just me telling it, but it's my friends. And I'm going to do it because there's been too many complaints about President Biden, and I'm a man of my word. Listen, I promise, that's why they call me Triple H, because I'm the most honest person out here. I said, please do not talk about President Biden too much in the comments section. Not so much on Biden, because it's a settled matter. Hunter Biden pleaded. Good morning, Brother Swervin. I saw you. I didn't mean to not acknowledge you. Hunter Biden has pleaded. He's settled with his baby mama. There's no crimes on the Bidens. But yet and still, I see more nasty remarks about President Biden. Yeah, they called him the Biden crime family. So I'm going to read off some of President Biden's accomplishments as promised. I said, if you don't want me to read these accomplishments off, cut it out. And they didn't cut it out. So my hammer of truth is oozing with truth. And it's now time for me to remind you of some of the things President Biden has done. President Biden has passed the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package to increase investments in the national networks of bridges and roads, airports, public transportation, and national broadband internet, as well as waterways and energy systems. Wow. 500 million life-saving COVID-19 vaccinations in the arms of the Americans. Wow. Stop the 30-year streak of federal inaction on gun violence, okay, by signing the bipartisan Safer Communities Act. Wow. $369 billion investment in climate change. He ended the longest war in American history by pulling the troops out of Afghanistan. Provided $10,000 to $20,000 in college debt relief to Americans with student loans who made under $125,000. Wow. What else did he do? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, cut childhood poverty in half through the American Rescue Plan. And you're going to love this. Achieved historically low unemployment rates after the pandemic caused them to skyrocket. He strengthened the NATO alliance in support of Ukraine. I saw Ukraine out there after the Russian invasion by endorsing the inclusion of world military powers, Sweden and Finland. What else did he do? He held Vladimir Putin accountable for his invasion of Ukraine by imposing stiff economic sanctions. He created more jobs in 1 year than any other president in history. He signed the PEP Act to address service members' exposure to burn pits and other toxins. And ladies and gentlemen, President Biden has signed the CHIPS Act to strengthen Americans' manufacturing and innovation. Let's give President Biden a round of applause. All right. Now, let's open up these boxes. We still got a few more minutes, and I want to hear from those of you who are brave enough to enter the box. My good friend, Takesha, good morning.
How about I'm hoisted? How about I'm hoarse this morning?
Oh, what? Oh, you're hoarse. You
I'm
lost
hoarse.
your voice.
I was coughing so bad yesterday, I had to go to the ER, and
Oh,
now I'm
no.
hoarse. But
Are
I
you
had
okay?
to come on. I'm doing good. It's my bronchitis.
Oh, okay. That's serious. Okay, take it easy now. Take it easy. I
Listen,
know.
I catch it often.
Oh,
It's damaged lungs from when I had COVID.
I'm so
But
sorry.
listen, I'm good, Zeus. The Lord is good.
God is good
Listen,
all the time. Yes.
you asked the question, I came on here to answer.
Oh,
This is not political, what's going on with President Trump.
uh-oh.
Because espionage is really hard to prove.
Right.
I believe Jack Smith can, but it's very hard to prove. That's the only thing that can stop this man from serving as president.
Right.
So it can't be political, number one. If they think that people that voted for Biden have jumped on the Trump train for him to win, they have lost their minds.
Right.
Do they not remember the people that died with COVID that were probably mostly Republicans? Those votes don't count anymore. And I don't think that the people that didn't vote for him back then gonna jump on the Trump train now. It's not political. He did what they said he did. He did what they say he did. They act just like a married woman whose husband is cheating. Somebody bring her the video, give her the recording of him, all his tattoos and everything distinctive about his body, and she still say, well, he didn't do it. That's him on tape, man. He didn't do it.
Oh,
that's how they acting.
They can't stand the evidence, huh?
You can't show them nothing.
Wow.
I got a beanstalk with some beans that gonna put them on the highway to heaven that they can buy from me if they just inbox me. I got the beans.
Oh, give it to them. Serve it up.
Enough is enough.
Yes, enough is enough. They out here playing around with folks like we don't see the truth.
Right. Half of these people that's on the Trump train, they ain't really on the Trump train. They know he's guilty, but he's the end thing now. And people draw towards the end thing now. So they think it make them look good. They think it make them look good when they holler Trump 2024 and then they at home saying, oh, he going to jail. Yeah, that's them. They fakes. They fakes.
Yeah.
Fakes.
Wow. Do you think that these Trump supporters that paint their pickup trucks, you ever seen them? They paint their trucks MAGA, all this stuff. They get these tattoos and stuff. Do you think that they really believe they look cool?
Let me tell you something, Zeus.
Uh-oh.
If I was a woman that went with them or was the wife to them, and they worshiping a man like this, I'ma start questioning your manhood. You in love with Trump? What I'm here for? When you ask me to put on that backwards toupee, is it because you really wish it was Trump?
They got a crush on Donald Trump.
They in love with Donald Trump. These men need to be shaming themselves. When I saw one man crying, I said, now I know he a tink and got to be by himself. Because you ain't finna be out here crying over no man and got a woman at home.
Woo! I never had to think about it, but you're right. These are grown, supposedly grown men crying over Donald Trump.
I wouldn't trust them to talk. I wouldn't trust them to get on the weight if my food came out wrong.
Wow. These grown men need to cut it out.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You tattooing a man on your body.
Do they get it on their lower back? Do they get the tattoo?
It's probably on their butt cheek. And listen, Zeus, another thing. One of your guests said that Trump and Don Jr. was, on the booger sugar. And that's why Trump be sniffing. Trump be sniffing to see if he done messed his diaper. It ain't got nothing to do with cocaine. He be sniffing to see if he done messed in that. He be trying to see if he done messed up in his opinion.
Nasty. You know what?
That's why he's sniffing.
Oh, and he be sniffing a lot, don't he?
He be checking it a lot. Wow. He don't know if he done pooped or not. Like he don't know if he done peed or not. Nasty. So that's why he be sniffing.
Wow. So we once again debunked all the conspiracies again today, Takesha, right? There's nothing else to debate. Absolutely. All right. Well, listen.
There's nothing else to debate.
Listen, I know you're still recovering from, what you said earlier, that bronchitis, and I don't want to push you too far this morning, all right?
Well, thank you, sweetie.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And listen, always come back and be bringing that truth. We need it out here in the kingdom. I really do appreciate it, okay?
You have a fantastic day.
All right, you too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Sister Takesha a wonderful round of applause for coming in the box and telling the truth. It's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay? Now, you see right now, we still got folks out there that they're struggling to accept what's going on, and I don't know why. No lies have been told yet, okay? All right. Good morning, country. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good. Hey, I just got one question.
Wait a second. Before you get started, I just got to slow you down, okay? Because I've never done business with you, right?
Yeah, you have.
Oh. I've already. Well, why am I not following you?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm a diesel mechanic by trade. But like I said, I just got one question.
Fair enough.
One question about Hunter. If that was mere you with that federal gun charge, do you think they would have let it go?
I can't confirm or deny that because every case is very different.
Political answer.
Huh?
That's a good political answer right there.
Well, if you ever had cases, they always tell you each case is very different. Okay, the circumstances in each case is very different. But I don't think we would have even been brought to court based on the statistics. They rarely prosecute these kind of cases.
And that's true. I agree with you. They do rarely prosecute cases like this to this level.
Right.
And I just, like I said, I just kind of think if it was me or you that got charged like this, I think they would be throwing the book at us and burying both of us under the jail.
Well, Yeah. I would imagine, and if this really was as serious as it was, what they say it was, if you were to go off of what they were saying on the right, yes, I do think they would have thrown the entire book at you. But this was a Trump-appointed judge. This has been under investigation for a number of years. And this is the best that they had. This is the best way that they could walk away and say, we didn't waste taxpayers' dollars. Under normal circumstances, I don't think this would have went this far.
I honestly don't think they had enough evidence on him
Nope.
Whether to say 100% it was true, but that's just the way it goes. And you're right, it was a Trump appointed judge, but I'm just saying, what I'm trying, I guess, biggest thing I'm trying to point out is this is class difference.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is rich
definitely.
people getting away with shit, and
Oh, keep
mere
it clean.
poor.
Gotta keep it clean. But keep going.
But
So,
I think it's class difference. Rich people getting away with shit, and me and you
wait a
being on the
second.
poor
Did you
end of the
hear me
spectrum,
say
we
keep
wouldn't
it
get away with
clean?
it. But hey, let other people chime in on it, give their opinions on what I think. I got to go because I'm heading out to a road call. I'm on the
All
side of
right.
Highway
You keep
64
being
about to be working
diesel.
on a truck.
Keep on doing it. All right. And keep it clean. Whatever you
Yeah.
do, my man.
Hey, take care.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for Dirty Diesel. I like that name. Oh my goodness. I said keep it clean and he dropped it right again. I'm like, what are you doing out there, my man? But maybe he couldn't hear me. I'm gonna have to talk to him offline. You know the deal. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to my good man, Brother Swerve. How you doing, brother?
I'm hanging in there. I'm a little sore this morning. I had a lumbar puncture yesterday, so I'm a little it's catching up to me this morning. But
Man, keep fighting, my brother. We need you.
I'm doing okay. But so Zeus, and here's what that last caller you had there. Here's what they failed to understand, Zeus. Did before you and I met here on TikTok, did you know me from radio or TV?
Not at all.
Did you know me from being a superstar in the NFL or the NBA?
No, sir.
Did you know me from being a famous politician's son or son-in-law or anything like that?
No, sir.
No, absolutely not. So here's the problem I have with that last guy. Thousands of cases like this with Hunter Biden, prosecuted and adjudicated daily.
Right.
We never hear about them. You know why? Because they're
Why?
not Biden.
Bingo. They're not Hunter Biden. You heard that. Wow.
This, that, and the other thing. What do you think is going on with Donald Trump that he won't admit to? Class.
Wait a second. I think I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can you repeat that?
I said, what do you? He wasn't he saying something about this is classism with Hunter Biden?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think? What does he think is going on with Donald Trump? It's classism, because the kid who got caught putting classified documents on a Discord server, he's already been indicted,
Right.
and we ain't seen him since.
They
Okay.
put him under the jail, huh?
They probably built a new jail on top of him by now.
You do the crime, you do the time. Yeah, yeah. So you have Donald Trump over there saying Hunter Biden got a sweetheart deal, while at the same time Trump is actually benefiting from a sweetheart deal. What do you have to say about that?
Trump hasn't made any kind of sweetheart deal yet. The only sweetheart deal he's gotten so far is he had to go and sit through the process of being fingerprinted, or not being fingerprinted, but sitting there in lockup, waiting to post bail,
Right.
then going to get arraigned, then having an ankle monitor slapped on him like the rest of America does. So that's the only sweetheart business he has going on so far, because he's still facing over 60 felonies.
Oh, but you and I agree. Most of us probably wouldn't have been let out with those kind of charges, right?
Absolutely not. We'd still be in there. We'd be sitting there on Rikers Island right now, counting the roaches running across the flow.
When you're right, you're right.
So they kill me because Hunter Biden got this quote unquote sweetheart deal. Oh, pure classism. Really? What about the 21-year-old who posted classified on a Discord server? What about him? He didn't get there was no classism there between him.
Well, according to Marjorie Taylor Greene, it was also because he was a white Christian male.
Oh, please, his religion ain't got a dog. Is a lie.
Are you on a headset? I'm curious.
No, I'm laying here in my hospital bed. I got the lumbar puncture won't seal itself.
Oh.
So they keep coming in to check. So I haven't been able to really get up and move. But I know I'm breaking up too. So I just wanted to say that about classism when people bring up that garbage argument. That's all it is garbage.
It's a garbage argument. I agree. And listen, I just want to also thank you, my brother, for even going through what you're going through, still being able to come in laser focused and catch these folks right in their tracks and call them out on it and bring that truth. Amazing. I've never seen anything like this.
Somewhere. Even if I'm just lurking in the shadows, like a what? Like a secret agent. Giving you a number and took away your name. Ding, 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 ding. So,
Jack Smith.
Tell him.
That's it. Let me rock it out, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down, man. You keep holding it down in the kingdom, and I'm gonna keep holding it down here at the Ohio State University Medical Center.
All right. Fair enough.
Take
All
care,
right,
ladies. I'll see you, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Swerve a round of applause. All right. Well, listen, he's not the only one that needs to cut out. I, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, need to run. I got other affairs to tend to in the kingdom. If I didn't get to talk to you today, I will check in with you on another day. Tree, I know, I'm sorry too. I hate when I see when I have to leave. Okay, hold on, Shay. You said you had one more thing to say to Zeus before we get up out of here. You got me.
Okay, real quick. I didn't know if you saw Lauren Boebert, right?
Right.
Introduced articles of impeachment against Biden yesterday on the House floor. Let's give her a round of applause. This is amazing, right? And Marjorie Taylor Greene proceeded to complain and call her a copycat.
Wow.
But guess how many votes she got? Guess how many votes she got? Oh. So many Republicans are lining up behind impeaching Biden. It's going to happen soon, I'm telling you.
How many votes did she
get? 2. She got 2 votes. She got 2. One less than Marjorie. So, man, I tell you, people in there saying we're going to impeach Biden, just wait. Okay, we're waiting, all right.
Wow. It was rigged, Shay. It was rigged.
I'm telling you.
We demand a recount, right? Look, somebody was stealing votes.
Did you hear Snuggles yesterday and his whole rant at the end of it? Like, these Republicans, I don't understand why they won't impeach Biden. We need to impeach Biden.
Oh, well, tell Snuggles, cut it out. Not going to work.
I just had to end it on that note. So anyway, my friend, thank you so much.
All right. No problem, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Shay, for bringing up
this. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Have a great day, too. Ladies and gentlemen, and you have a great rest of your morning, and I will see you all next time. Until then, take care.
Who always the most handsome in the kingdom?
And I really am. Adios. Yes, Nito.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
Thank you.
This is how I stand when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm grooving like Zeus. Thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus. I'm never all rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm higher than the eagle and I got on me too. Oh, I got money on my mind. I can't leave it up to you. I can't hang around with you. You fall in love too quick. You a high risk. Next all in the mix. I put a bounty on your head. This is way above the feds. When you playing with the gods and you playing with the dead. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Thank you, April. God's way, you such a douche. I try to be patient, but you have a little confused. Checking on snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act playing with my Zeus. Thinking that you cool till I pull up like Zeus.
That's dope.
In the sky like you up like Zeus. I make my own rules. I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm hiding in Hades and I'm burning down the roof. You say you want it back, well, I'm living proof. I've been waiting for this moment. Man, I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you're guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play me like a fool. If you can't swim, don't be in the pool. Even though I'm hot, people telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you looking like a goof. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, boy, you such a douche. Tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stand when I'm looking like Zeus. I'm act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm moving like Zeus. You thinking that you cool, I look like Zeus. Thunder in the sky like you look like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus.
Yeah, you know about me. You know about me.
I like to get wild and loose.
I'm radical.
God, you know what I'm saying? I'm breaking down the roof with this heat. Sound line on the beat, kicking hard like Bruce. Orange Green on the beat. Better call the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I can dance and box in the jungle like a kangaroo. Don't get caught slipping in the woods, or you'll be dead like a wood.
Lindsay on the beat like Zeus. Hey, Lindsay.
Eat low on the beat like
Eat low on the beat.
RMC on the beat.
RMC.
Yeah, you heard about 3.
Take care, ladies and gentlemen.
Bertha.
Behave yourself out there.
Yeah, ladies. It's me. Big Zeus.
Kevin, thank you, brother.
God,
always appreciate you.
My child ladies, my charm, like your pennies.
Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.